The rookie just did the one thing a lot of fans swore they did not want. They brought back Seth Ridley, the compulsive liar who faked cancer, blew up his life, and then lost his leg saving Nolan. In Season 8, Episode 3, Seth is suddenly back on our screens, bitter, broken, and somehow being set up for a redemption arc. Did Alexi Hawley seriously look at this guy and say, "Yeah, we need more of him"? Today we're breaking down the real reason Seth is back, how long he's staying, and whether this is genius storytelling or a massive misread of what the fandom actually wants. Seth Ridley wasn't just a messy rookie. He was a pathological liar who literally faked a cancer diagnosis, bribed his doctor to fake a relapse, and manipulated everyone around him, including his fiancée, Tamara. He only looked heroic at the end of Season 7 because he took a shotgun blast, saving Nolan, lost the lower part of his leg, and then exited the show on what felt like a rushed redemption note. In Season 8, we find Seth in a messy apartment, depressed, off his physical therapy, just rotting in his own self-pity until Miles shows up for a wellness check. And this is where the writers flip the switch. Miles basically tells him, "I'll help you only if you commit to radical honesty." That line is the key to the entire Seth comeback. Before we go deeper, if you were in that squad room, would you trust Seth again after everything he pulled? Drop a yes or no in the comments right now. So why did Alexi Hawley fight to bring this guy back, of all people? In interviews, Hawley has said Seth's storyline last season was provocative and interesting, and that there was still a lot left to explore with him. He didn't see Seth as a one-and-done villain. He saw a walking question mark. Can someone who's broken trust that badly ever be truly redeemed? Hawley also talks about wanting to tackle what he calls victim mentality, people who always blame the system, their trauma, their circumstances, instead of owning what they did. Seth is literally built to explore that. He did survive something horrific. He did lose his leg saving Nolan, but he also wrecked other people's lives, and Hawley wants to force him to walk that line. You can't just trauma wash your sins away. On top of that, Hawley has confirmed Seth's arc is far from over. We're going to see him several more times this season. The goal is a long, messy redemption journey, not a quick fix. So from Alexi's point of view, Seth isn't fan service. He's a test case. How far can you push redemption before the audience completely rejects it? Here's the wild part a lot of people missed. Hawley has said that technically, Seth could come back as a cop. His amputation doesn't automatically disqualify him. If he can pass the physical requirements, he could serve. The problem isn't his leg. It's his character, his lies, his choices, his reputation. So is Seth here to stay? Right now, Hawley is only promising him for a few more appearances in Season 8, not a full-time, permanent main cast comeback. My honest read, Seth is in a probation arc, not just in-universe with the LAPD, but with the audience. If viewers buy into his radical honesty turn, they might nudge him into a longer run. If they don't, he's an experiment the show can quietly phase out. Do you think they're secretly testing Seth as a long-term recurring character, or is he just there to close his story properly? Let me know what you think they're planning. Now let's talk about Tamara, because a lot of you are asking the same question. Is this setting up a Seth-Tamara round 2? Remember, their relationship blew up when Seth finally admitted he bribed his doctor to fake a cancer relapse. That was the line Tamara would not cross, and their engagement ended right there. So far, in Season 8, there is zero solid evidence that the writers are steering them back together. Hawley seems much more focused on Seth's honesty, his mental health, and his place on the team than on giving him a romantic win. Could Seth try to win Tamara back once he starts changing? Absolutely. Would that be healthy for her character? A lot of fans would say absolutely not. I'll be real. I don't want him anywhere near her again. But I want to hear from you. Should Tamara ever forgive him, even platonically? Or is this one of those you burned the bridge, live with it situations? Here's where this gets spicy. A lot of you did not want Seth back, and you're not alone. Reviews and social media reactions are calling him one of the show's creepiest, most frustrating characters, and fans have labeled him everything from the worst villain to the most annoying rookie on TV. Even before Season 8 aired, the narrative was already forming that the show needed Seth back for Nolan, and fans immediately pushed back loudly. So why bring him back when the fan base is this divided? Because division is engagement. Love him or hate him, you're talking about him. You're clicking the episode, you're tweeting, you're making videos like this one. In a way, Seth has become a villain twice, once inside the show and once inside the fandom, and TV writers love that. A character you love to hate is still a character you feel something about. Here's my honest take. On paper, I totally get why Alexi Hawley brought Seth back. You've got a compulsive liar, a half-finished redemption, a brutal physical injury, and a messy trail of emotional damage. That's storytelling gold if you land the plane. But there's a difference between interesting on a whiteboard and actually enjoyable to watch week after week. For a lot of viewers, including me, Seth isn't just flawed, he's exhausting. If the writers are serious about this radical honesty arc, they need to go all in. Let Seth face real consequences, let people refuse to forgive him, and maybe don't reward him with the girl, the badge, and a clean slate. Otherwise, it starts to feel like the show is asking the audience to extend more grace to Seth than he ever gave anyone else. And that's a hard sell. Drop your Seth takes below. This debate isn't new in the rookie universe. Click the video on screen, the rookie characters that broke the fandom, loved versus hated, and see which characters sparked even bigger fan wars.